He's 40 years old, still breaking records, still outworking players half his age. But what keeps this man burning with the same fire after 2 decades at the top? It's not luck, it's not genetics. It's a mindset, one built on passion, love, and an unbreakable obsession for greatness. Because when others slow down, Ronaldo evolves. And what he does next will remind the world why passion never retires. We'll explain everything in this video, step by step. Don't skip it. Ladies and gentlemen, football fans around the world, fasten your seatbelts, because what we're about to witness is not just about goals. It's about greatness, passion, and a man who simply refuses to slow down. Cristiano Ronaldo. A name that echoes through every stadium, every street corner, every kid's dream at 40. He's not just playing football, he's living it, breathing it, and commanding it with love that burns brighter than ever. Look at him. The energy, the fire, the obsession for perfection. This man trains like it's his first day, celebrates like it's his last, and inspires like he's immortal. From Manchester to Madrid, from Turin to Rome, no matter where he goes, he leaves behind a trail of broken records and broken doubts. And I know, don't forget the critics. They said it's finished. But CR7 looked and smiled that trademark smile and said, finished. Not even close. Then he walked back on the pitch and turned every word into a highlight reel. That's not arrogance, that's conviction. The kind that legends are made of. You can feel it. Every goal, every sprint, every celebration is powered by something deeper than fame or fortune. It's love. Pure, undying love for the game that gave him everything and to which he's still giving everything back. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't just play football, he defines it. He's a living reminder that passion has no age, that greatness never retires, and that love for the beautiful game can conquer time itself. So here's to CR7, the man who turns pressure into power, challenges into chapters and moments into history, because when Ronaldo's on the pitch, the world stops and football lives. Cristiano Ronaldo's passion fuels his relentless drive for greatness, igniting a fire that has burned brightly since the very beginning of his journey. From the narrow streets of Madeira to the grandest stages in world football, that hunger, that insatiable desire to become the best version of himself has never faded. You can see it in the way he trains, in the way he celebrates, and even in the way he reacts to setbacks. Passion is not just a word for Ronaldo, it's the engine behind his evolution, the invisible force that pushes him beyond ordinary limits. Every sprint, every goal, every drop of sweat tells the story of a man who refuses to let comfort dull his edge. He has turned obsession into art, transforming countless hours of practice into the poetry of perfection on the field. When Ronaldo steps onto the pitch, his body language radiates energy and intent. His eyes lock onto the goal like a hunter spotting his mark. There's no distraction, no hesitation, just raw focus driven by a love so powerful that it demands constant improvement. That's what makes him different. While others might be content with past glories, Ronaldo sees every game as a fresh canvas. He treats each moment as if it were his first chance to prove himself all over again. Passion has become his discipline, the rhythm to which he lives and breathes. It's what gets him up before sunrise, what keeps him on the training ground after everyone else has gone home. Even when he's already conquered leagues, titles and individual records, his fire burns as fiercely as it did when he was a teenager dreaming of breaking through. This passion doesn't just shape his performances, it transforms those around him. Teammates speak about the intensity he brings to training sessions, the way he pushes everyone to raise their standards. That infectious drive turns a team into believers, a locker room into a battlefield of ambition. His energy becomes the pulse that keeps everything alive, the reminder that greatness is not given, it's earned through constant hunger. Even opponents can feel it. Facing Ronaldo isn't just about football skill, it's about facing someone whose passion refuses to let him lose. That's why he's always dangerous, even in the dying seconds of a match, because his heart doesn't know how to stop fighting. Off the pitch, his passion shows in the way he cares for his craft. Diet, fitness, recovery, every detail matters. Every choice he makes revolves around sustaining that fire within. While many athletes slow down over time, Ronaldo's passion has evolved with him, adapting to new challenges, new environments, and new expectations. He doesn't just chase trophies, he chases the feeling of excellence, the satisfaction of giving everything he has to the sport he loves. That's why even after decades at the top, his eyes still gleam with that same spark, the spark of a young boy who fell in love with the football and never let it go. Cristiano Ronaldo's career proves that age can't defeat discipline and love for the game. A truth that becomes clearer with every passing season. While many athletes slow down as the years stack up, Ronaldo continues to defy every law of nature and expectation, standing as living proof that passion and professionalism can rewrite the limits of longevity. His career isn't just about natural talent, it's a monument to dedication built on countless hours of training, recovery, and refinement. Discipline has been his lifelong companion, shaping not just his physique but his mentality, turning him into a machine of precision and consistency. The world watches in awe as a man in his 40s performs with the same hunger and intensity as he did at 18, not because time favours him, but because he refuses to let it take control. His daily routine has become legendary, a strict blend of diet, rest, and intense workouts that would break most people after a week. Ronaldo approaches each day like it's another opportunity to outwork yesterday. Every repetition, every sprint, every drill is performed with total focus, as if he's competing against the version of himself from the day before. That level of discipline is rare, even among the elite. He's crafted a body and a mindset that seem immune to decline, not through luck, but through obsession with detail. His meals are measured, his sleep optimized, his training sessions designed to extract every ounce of potential from his frame. He treats his body like a temple, his career like a mission, ensuring that time becomes his partner rather than his enemy. Beyond the physical, it's his love for the game that gives meaning to all that discipline. Ronaldo doesn't train just to stay fit. He trains because he loves the feeling of stepping onto the pitch, hearing the roar of the crowd, and knowing he's still capable of deciding a game. That emotional connection is what keeps him alive inside the sport. The spark of love fuels the structure of discipline. And together they create something timeless. You can see it when he scores. That unfiltered joy, the same excitement that once burst out of a young boy in Madeira chasing a ball across the street, that spark never aged, even as the world around him changed. It's what separates him from players who simply play for contracts of fame. For Ronaldo, football remains a relationship built on emotion and effort, a sacred space where love meets labour. Every achievement, every comeback, every goal scored in the twilight of his career stands as a testament to that balance between heart and hard work. When others talk about decline, he talks about discipline. When others rest, he pushes further. His ability to remain relevant, dominant, and inspiring well beyond his prime years proves that age can slow the body, but not the will. Ronaldo's consistency is not a miracle. It's a masterpiece of preparation, crafted through years of self-control, fueled by the same love that first made him dream critics inspire Cristiano Ronaldo. Every doubt becomes his motivation to shine, transforming negativity into the very fuel that drives his success. Throughout his career, he has faced waves of skepticism, endless comparisons, and harsh judgments. Yet every time someone said he couldn't, he responded by doing exactly what they thought was impossible. From being called too skinny as a teenager to being labelled selfish, arrogant, or past his prime, Ronaldo has heard it all. But instead of letting criticism break him, he uses it as fire, channeling it into performances that silence every voice except his own. That unshakable mindset is what separates him from the rest. He doesn't crumble under pressure, he thrives on it, turning doubt into determination and negativity into power. From the early days at Sporting Lisbon, critics questioned whether he was ready for the big stage. When he moved to Manchester United, they said he was just another flashy winger who cared more about tricks than teamwork. He responded by transforming into one of the most complete forwards the Premier League had ever seen, guiding United to titles and earning the Ballon d'Or. When he joined Real Madrid, doubters claimed he would live in the shadow of legends and struggle under the weight of expectations. He answered with records that still stand unmatched. Over 450 goals for one of the biggest clubs in history. Each time the world tried to define him, he redefined what greatness meant. Even later in his career, as he entered his 30s and beyond, the criticism only evolved. He's too old. He can't keep up. He should retire. Yet every time those voices grew louder, Ronaldo responded the only way he knows how, with goals, trophies, and moments that leave fans speechless. His mentality turns insults into inspiration. It's as if every doubt whispered against him becomes another rep in the gym, another sprint on the training ground, another reason to prove that nothing can dim his light. He doesn't argue back with words because his performances have always spoken louder than any headline. Ronaldo's ability to use criticism constructively reveals his psychological strength. Instead of letting public opinion control his confidence, he reverses the power dynamic, using it to sharpen his focus. When the pressure builds, he doesn't fold, he flourishes. That's why his celebrations often carry that mixture of pride and defiance. The silent message to the doubters that he's still here, still fighting, still achieving. The same people who once criticized him often end up admiring him because he keeps turning every obstacle into another chapter of triumph. His story proves that greatness isn't about avoiding criticism, it's about learning to use it. Ronaldo feeds off challenges like oxygen, thriving on the tension between doubt and belief. Every mischance becomes motivation for the next goal, every defeat a lesson for the next victory. In a world where many crumble under judgment, Ronaldo transforms it into energy, writing his legacy with the very words meant to stop him. Ronaldo's journey is a story of resilience, reinvention, and pure dedication. A saga that stretches far beyond the football field into the realm of human determination. From his humble beginnings on the island of Madeira, where dreams often seemed unreachable, he shaped his own destiny through relentless effort and an unshakable belief in himself. Every chapter of his career reflects a different version of him, constantly evolving, constantly adapting, yet never losing the hunger that defined him from the start. Resilience has always been the heartbeat of his success, carrying him through injuries, defeats, criticism, and change. Every time he's been knocked down, he's risen higher, fueled by an inner voice that refuses to accept mediocrity. When he first arrived in Manchester, a young boy with dazzling feet and unpolished decision-making, few could have predicted the global phenomenon he would become. Yet Ronaldo didn't settle for raw talent. He refined it through years of sweat, discipline, and mental strength. He transformed himself from a flashy winger into a ruthless goal-scoring machine, mastering new positions, new techniques, and new ways to impact the game. That ability to reinvent himself became his secret weapon. At Real Madrid, he evolved once again, focusing more on positioning, finishing, and timing, turning himself into the deadliest forward in world football. When the demands of the modern game changed, Ronaldo changed faster, never allowing time or tactics to catch him off guard. Even as he aged, his reinvention continued, moving to Juventus, then Manchester United again, and later to Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo proved that adaptability is as powerful as ambition. While critics talked about decline, he focused on transformation, reshaping his body, his playing style, and even his mindset to stay competitive. His training methods became more precise, his movements more economical, his understanding of the game sharper. That evolution is what separates legends from fleeting stars. Ronaldo never relied on what worked yesterday. He constantly searched for what will work tomorrow. His career is a living blueprint of how passion and persistence can defeat the passage of time. Dedication is the thread that ties every stage of his journey together. The early mornings, the endless training sessions, the attention to nutrition and recovery, the refusal to settle for less than excellence, every detail matters. Even after achieving everything most players only dream of, he approaches each match like it's his debut. That mindset doesn't come from fame or fortune. It comes from love for the process, for the grind, for the chance to prove something again and again. His story is not about luck or privilege, but about relentless self-belief and the courage to evolve. Every club, every jersey, every league he's played in has seen a different shade of Cristiano Ronaldo. Yet the essence remains unchanged, a warrior's heart, a perfectionist's mind, and an artist's touch, all driven by the unwavering dedication to become better every single day. Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy reminds the world that true passion makes football immortal, that the beauty of the game doesn't lie only in trophies or numbers, but in the emotion and inspiration that one player can bring to millions. His journey has become more than a sporting story. It's a living example of how passion can transcend time, geography, and generation. From the moment he first kicked a ball on the streets of Madeira to the countless nights under the floodlights of the world's grandest stadiums, Ronaldo's connection with football has been something deeper than mere profession. It's been a lifelong love affair built on sacrifice, intensity, and a burning desire to honour the game that shaped him. Every goal he scores, every record he breaks, every moment he steps onto the field radiates that same sense of purpose, the belief that football is not just a career, it's a calling. Ronaldo's legacy isn't defined solely by his extraordinary stats, though they are among the most impressive in history. It's defined by the emotion he creates every time he plays. He has given fans moments they'll remember for life. The thunderous free kicks, the last-minute winners, the celebrations that echo across continents. Those moments are what make football eternal because they live in the hearts of people who witness them. He turns stadiums into theatres of dreams, reminding everyone that passion is the soul of the sport. For young players watching him, he's not just an idol. He's proof that hard work and love for what you do can rewrite destiny. His influence extends far beyond the pitch, inspiring countless children to chase their dreams with the same fire and discipline. That is why his name continues to resonate even as new generations emerge. Ronaldo's passion is timeless because it represents something every fan can relate to. The joy of striving, the thrill of overcoming, the pride of never giving up. He embodies the universal truth that greatness isn't granted by birth but earned through persistence and heart. When fans watch him play, they see themselves in that struggle, in that hunger, in that pursuit of excellence. His emotional connection with supporters across nations transforms football from a game into a shared experience of humanity. His tears after victories or defeats, his defiant celebrations, his iconic sire, all of these are expressions of raw passion that make football more than just sport, they make it art. Even as his career extends into territories and leagues far from his European peak, his influence refuses to fade. Ronaldo's commitment to football has made him a symbol of eternal motivation. He doesn't play just to maintain his status, he plays because he cannot live without that connection to the ball, the goal, and the crowd. Every time he steps on the field, he adds another brushstroke to a masterpiece that continues to inspire, showing the world that passion doesn't age. And when love fuels effort, the game itself becomes immortal. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe.